Hello and welcome to Donna's Crafty Creations. I'm Donna and I'm so glad that you decided to watch this video today. This is a Canvas Workspace project of the week. This week's project is an Easter treat or favor box. Now I know in the last few weeks I've had some rather lengthy videos for you, so I decided to take it a bit easy on you and myself and show you something that's a little faster, but no less very adorable. These Easter treat or favor boxes go together in no time at all, and you can decorate them however you please. It's really very simple, and if you stick with me, I'll show you how. The first thing to decide is the size of the box. The way it is constructed is it's a square box, first of all. So that means it's as wide as it is tall. There is a limit as to how much of the mat or the cutting area you'll be able to use. I want to make mine 3 inches. You could have yours whatever size you want. You could have a 1-inch box, you could have 2, 2.5, but you have to keep in mind, again, that you are restricted as far as the cutting area. Even though you have a mat here, that is a 12 by 12 mat, and on your machine you can place a 12 by 12 sheet of card, the cutting area is 298 by 296 millimeters. That means it's 11.73 inches by 11.65 inches. So the maximum that you probably get away with is 3 3/4, because that would be 11.25 by 11.25, and then that's probably almost out to the edges of your cutting area. The measurements that you will use is you take one of the boxes, and I'll just bring my square on here and go over to the editing. I'm going to change mine to 3 inches. Right? So the size is going to be 3 plus 3 plus 3 in height or length, and then 3 plus 3 plus 3 in width. Very easy, very simple. So we'll just change the dimensions here, take off the aspect ratio, and we'll make this 3 inches wide and 9 inches in height. We'll do the same for the next section. So the horizontal is going to be 9 inches in width and 3 inches in height. You select both of those and then go to your alignment tool and align it vertically and horizontally, and then you can go to process, overlap, and weld it, and you have this cross shape now. That is the bones essentially of the box. Now you need to put in some tabs as well, because these are going to be the glue tabs that attach the sides to each other. I'm going to put my glue tabs here and here and here and here. You could have yours along these sides if you like. Doesn't really matter, but I'm going to make mine, and I'm going to bring them in a little bit. I don't have to have them all the way to the edge. Just going to draw that in, and I'm making sure that it's overlapping the shape behind it. If I just give that some color, you'll see. Alright, this is not being closed off yet. I've clicked off here, but I need to click here to close the outline, and now it's closed. So I can just nudge that so that it overlaps that pink shape behind it, and then I can weld it together. Now that I've got this shape made though, I'm going to make some copies so I can use them on the other sides. So let's select these two shapes, the yellow and the pink, and weld them. I'm going to just nudge that up a little bit more because that's not quite straight. That's fine. I want to get a nice clean weld, and there we have it. Now I'm going to bring this next one over to the other side, but you see it's disappeared behind there. That's because this has created a new shape, that yellow shape. And so therefore it's on top rather than behind. So we have to either send that to the back or this tab to the front. We'll do the same at the top, except for these, we're going to have to flip them around. So you need to flip it vertically. So now we can place our score lines. Our score lines are going to go here where the tabs are, so that we can fold those over, and they're going to go in the middle of this box as well. So I'll bring my path tool in, zoom in a bit more, and where that tab begins, I'll just pull that across. I'm going to change that to a score line now. And there is our first score line in place. We'll do the same here. While I put that down, I'll just lock that in place so it doesn't move on me. And I'll do the same up here. Then we need to do our score lines along this box. Now, something that you can do here, I'm going to unlock this for the moment and select everything. Then I'm going to place this up here in the corner so I can put those vertical lines in. I didn't do it with the tabs because they're probably not exactly half an inch or 0.45 or whatever, but I do know that these sides of the box are exactly as I want them. The size is 3 by 3. So I'll put my score line here, and we'll just check the placement. and it is at 3. That's fine. I'll duplicate that, and this one I'll move over to 6 and 3. We'll zoom back out, and you can see that our box is actually complete. So you could save this as a template for any square box that you'd like to make like this. So let's unlock this. Oh, it's already unlocked, that's good. Okay, so I'll just select it all, and I'll group it, and then we can move it wherever we like. Now, we're going to be dealing with the top here, the back panel of the box, and the front panel of the box. I'm going to bring in some elements here. I've got some that I've actually want to bring over from my machine. I went into my machine and selected some images that I want, or some patterns that I wanted to work with. So I just brought them on my screen and then sent them through the cloud back to Canvas Workspace, so they will be here in this file. Just waiting for the internet to catch up. And there they are. So for this particular box, I'm going to use this little chicken, and it's coming out of an egg, and then I want this mother hen here. I've also got the beak and the eyes, which I can bring in, and the rest I can just delete from the screen. Actually, if I just lock that in place for the moment, I can select those and get rid of them without causing any problems. So then we can unlock that now. So I'm going to bring in my chick here. And I'll decide on the size. I want to make that a bit smaller. So I'll select all of those elements so that they're resized equally. And that's probably pretty good. Also, for these two pieces, I want to use the offset. I'm going to go to the inward offset to make that just a bit smaller than the shape that's behind it, because I can cut these out, whatever color cardstock I want, and then I'll place them on top of the chick with the egg, because it's going to be welded to this shape here, to the top of this box here. So I'm going to do the same with this, and can move it away as well. So let's weld this to the top here. Just want to bring it in where I want it. This, we need to make sure it overlaps. then once we've got it where we want it, we can then weld it. So let's place it there. It's all welded together, and we'll weld it to our box here. But to do that, first of all, we're going to need to ungroup that so that we don't select any of the score lines. I'll select just that yellow piece as well as this and make sure that it is on top. And it is. So we can select both of those and weld them together. So now we have that new shape. And then we'll be able to bring in these later. Just bring that to the front. And you can see how that's going to mat onto there. And we'll do the same with this one here. You'll be able to fit that into there. Right. The other thing we can do is, if you like, you can go ahead and bring in these pieces, which are for the little beak and the eyes. And then you could just put some black card paper behind the eyes, and then maybe the nose, you can, or the beak, you could either have that glued on top, or you can actually cut it through and put a bit of card behind. I think I'll leave mine separate, but I will do the eyes. So I can select both of those, as well as that shape, and we'll just subtract that. And I will send it to the back. You'll be able to see that we've got everything there. And now we can go down to the other portion, which is down here. And I want to get that to the right side. So actually I'm just going to go ahead and delete that offset version. I'm going to bring this in. And now I need to be mindful of these tabs here, where they're going to fold in, or else we can put a piece of card behind here if you want to eliminate where these tabs might actually show through, because what we're going to do is subtract this, or you could even divide and punch through here. However, because remember that's the back and this is the front down here, we'll need to flip that over before we actually do anything with it. Okay, so we flipped it vertically. You could flip it horizontally as well if you like. I'm going to leave mine in that direction there. So now we can select this hen and our shape, and I'm going to divide it so that I can keep these two, this piece here, and I can keep this piece here. And that one I can offset it if I want to. Actually, in this case, I don't think I will. I think I'll just leave it that size so that I can paper piece that into this piece here. So that is all the basics done. Now it's just a matter of taking it over to the machine, getting it cut out, and then adding any other embellishments that we want. So that's really it. Now you can just explore, for example, here in Canvas Workspace, pattern collection. If you type in Easter, if you're looking for any other things to add, you can see you've got all these various shapes here. So like the little rabbits, you've got, there's some here as well. You've got some words, you've got eggs, you've got, a whole host of different free elements that you can use. And of course, you can bring shapes in from your machine, like I did. So let me get this all organized. I'll send it to the machine, and then we'll cut it out.
These are the pieces for the treat box or favor box. As you can see, there aren't a lot of pieces. That means this is going to go together very quickly. I'll show you how to construct it using this example, but I've got a couple of others that I will share with you at the end that I've also completed. We've got this main piece, and this is really simple to put together. You just need to fold it along the score lines and then bring your tabs in like that. Your glue will go here, of course, and you'll glue it at the front and then again at the back. Now, it's always best to do any decoration while you can keep this flat. So I've got some little bits and pieces here that I've already started to decorate. Now, some of these I got straight from my machine, which is this pattern. This one was part of a Canvas Workspace project as well. This goes with the little chickie here. So you have a lot of resources available to you absolutely free of charge. So I encourage you to take advantage of those. So I've got my first piece here that I'm going to glue on. And I just put a little bit of black card behind that for the eyes. I cut out the eyes by just using my process overlap, the subtract function, rather than having to cut tiny little eyes out. So that's going to go there, like that. And then I've got the egg. So there is our little Easter chick. Now for the front, it's cut out this stencil, which is the chicken here. And I've also put a little bit of sparkle on this. And I'll do the same on here. I'll show you. Just got one of these so I can Crafter's Companion. And it just puts a bit of sparkle or glitter, I guess you could call it, down like so. And what I'm going to do here is I've got a piece of card that I'm going to glue onto the back of this. Then I'm going to glue the chicken, which I suppose would probably be the mother hen. And just piece that. And then this little piece was cut out with this pattern. I'm just going to dab some glue in there and then just place that inside like so. As easy as that. So now I'm ready to glue the tabs. I could bring those in like that. Just give that a bit of pressure. You can sit it on its side. Do the same with this piece. Oops. I'll hold that down a bit. So, as you can see, that was quick and easy. And we have our little Favour box or treat box. Now can fill it with all sorts of goodies. Maybe some cream eggs or some chocolate eggs. And if I had any, I would put that in here. But I really don't keep sweets around these days, so I'm afraid you're going to have to use your imagination. Let me show you a couple of others that I've done. I've done this one, which is a bunny with glasses, and I've even put some little bunnies here, which are cut out from the other one that I did, as well as the Happy Easter. And then I have this one, which I've also added a little handle to. And again, we have our little bunny rabbits, which are cut out here. They've got that shimmer again, and little flowers as well. This is from Canvas Workspace, so that's available. If you just check under Easter, you'll see some of these elements there, as well as the little glasses here. And I've got some shimmer on the ears there. So there are our 3 boxes. Just put them down like so. And have a little better look. Thank you so much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed this, and of course that you're going to make your own treat boxes or Favour boxes. I will be back with a Canvas Workspace project of the week next week. I do have one in progress, but it's not quite ready for filming yet. But I'm hoping that I will be able to bring that to you very soon. In the meantime, please do take care, and I'll see you again. Bye-bye. Bye.